Do you smell that? It smells like warm coffee and cocoa and the roost, because it's finally a real thing and I can smell it in the air just a few weeks away. Oh wait, it's actually this cold brew coffee that I have open. That's a lovely smell, but it is also true that Brewster is coming back. It's real, and all of our wishes, I think, are about to be rewarded. But some are skeptical, and we do have some new info to discuss, including the latest Animal Crossing news, the Amiibo Card Series 5's conundrum, and what is going down with this game. Is it saved, or will Nintendo let us down? So what's going on, everybody? It's Zach from SwitchForce. I found a very lovely spot to start this off, and I feel like we're in a really lovely spot. I'll fill you in completely as to why, but make sure to smash that like button if you guys enjoy these AC videos and you're ready to see what Nintendo can deliver. I know Kix is ready for us to kick things into high gear, so let's get to it. Let me know in the comments down below if you think Nintendo has saved Animal Crossing New Horizons. Plus, I know you're worried about when the Direct is, how long it's gonna be, and in this video, I'm gonna help you figure it out. So let's roll right into it. All right, my friends. The first thing I want to talk to you about is the Amiibo cards, because I've been doing some searching. Some researching and just some straight up searching. You guys know that the Series 5 Amiibo cards were announced, which I called months ago, and I feel really excited about, because this means a new opportunity to get something awesome physical Animal Crossing and to convert it into something cool in-game. But a lot of people are wondering what is going to debut in this card series because of how many cards there are and how many villagers we have remaining. Well, here's what I think. The normal Amiibo card series, 1, 2, 3, 4, that are listed there, they each have 100 cards. Now, usually 17 of those cards are saved for special cards. That's like NPCs and characters that can't be migrated into your campsite. After that, we have 8 new villagers, right? Those are the new ones straight up in New Horizons that are nowhere else to be seen. That makes 25. Now, I was looking back and digging, and there are 56 villagers, both regular and crossover characters, that have not yet appeared in New Horizons from the rest of Animal Crossing. That's like the entire history of Animal Crossing. So you got 56 and you got 25, and that takes us all the way to 81, which would mean there are about 19 slots for who knows what. Now, if you believe that Nintendo will stick with the 100 card series limit, which makes a lot of sense, because when I dug this up months ago, they cleared over...
We interrupt this program for an important news announcement.
Lolly, what's wrong? Oh god, she ran out of memory on her Switch again. Goodness gracious, Lolly, I warned you, Switches need memory cards. When you've been playing as long as we have, it's gonna fill up, but thankfully, I've got some help for you, Lolly. Don't go yet, alright? Because my friends at Lexar, boom, they are fantastic. They make the best memory card for Nintendo Switch that you can get. It's fast, it's reliable, and it has a ton of space. All right, they got all sorts of sizes, up to 1 terabyte, Lolly, and it's going to fill your needs. Even if you don't need one right now, you're going to someday. So click the link in the description down below, bookmark the page, and hey, every time you click that link, it helps support SwitchForce, it helps what I do, it helps me make more videos for you. And for you, Lolly, so we can find out what's going on in this glorious game, and so you can get what your Switch needs to save everything and never lose it. They cleared over 100 gaps in the Amiibo listing, which means they were prepping for a 100 card series. But what's really exciting about that is that final 19, because who the heck is that? Even if they use every villager you've ever seen before, that would only take us to 81. Now, that would be bringing in 56 new villagers plus 19 more villagers for a grand total of, let's do a little math here, 75 new villagers. Now, I want us to just lay on the floor. I wish there was a lay command. All I have is sit for you, but jaws on the floor, body to the sky, looking up and seeing Brewster fly by, 75 villagers would be insane in the brain. Almost too insane that I think they'd never do it. If they are preparing a 75 villager update, bringing back 56 old ones and 19 brand new, never before seen new ones, that would be so bananas. So bananas that I've actually come up with an alternate theory, and that is that the 100 gaps was incorrect. And maybe they're going to go with a 50 card series that would be much more in line with what they did with the Welcome Amiibo card series that they brought back when New Leaf got its major expansion. Now, if that would to be the case, that would be 50 cards, right? And we know that there's 8 villagers that are coming from New Horizons that need card format, and that would give them 42 slots to pick and choose from the 56 aforementioned forgotten AC villagers. Now that would still be a hefty inclusion of new villagers because the Welcome Amiibo series didn't really have the special cards for the NPCs as far as I'm aware, and so we'd still be getting like 50 villagers, or I guess 42 villagers added to the game. Either way, I'm not ready to like lock and key this in as my final prediction, but I'm feeling like we are going to get a buttload of villagers. Just imagine waking up on some wonderful day in November and uncovering 70 new villagers added to the game. You'd have to be hunting like crazy. Nook Mile tickets would be a hot commodity once again. I think we'd all literally cry tears of joy. So I'm going to keep digging. If I find anything that gets us a little more specific, a little closer to what's actually going on, but right now, I think this is a big deal. Now let's bring it down a notch because, Animal Crossing can't always be ponies and rainbows. Pocket Camp decided to go all out for October, delivering Jack's Magical Party, and they put in some sick stuff. All right, they've got all this magical gear on the right side of the picture, but the left side is decked out in Halloween goodies. And I've actually zoomed in on it so we can take a peek for ourselves. Pumpkins in different sizes and shapes, which I think absolutely would be amazing if they brought that to New Horizons. Our pumpkins are all kind of the same. And then they have all this Halloween yum, right? All these treats. And Halloween is a holiday that definitely indulges in the goods, the gooey, ooey stuff that you can enter into your mouth hole. And they got a whole platter full. In fact, they got 2 platters full and a special Halloween cake and like a spider cake platter thing. They got all sorts of awesome treats. And I wish we had more in store. Now, I will say that the Roost coming brings a lot of possibility for more food options, more treats, more drink options, and I think we're going to have a healthy handful of new things that we can snack on coming this November. It won't be for Halloween, but it will be for Thanksgiving and Christmas, which might be a different kind of holiday cheer. We can get some candy canes up in here. I think that would be amazing. We already can have the cotton candy, the boba. They're prepping us. I think lickable candy canes coming at you this December. Mark my words. You heard it here first. But Pocket Camp, we finally have our fix. We finally know that the Direct is going to drop in October. And a lot of you have been asking me, what day do I think in October? Well, here's what I've got for you. All right. The first week of October is a no-go because Nintendo is having a Smash Bros. Fighter presentation. This is the final presentation for Sakurai's Smash Bros. Ultimate, and they will not crowd the schedule. So that's October 5th, and that just completely chops off the entire week. I also don't believe it'll be the last week because that is close to Halloween when we know we have to have some update to unlock the holiday, and Nintendo did say they would be providing updates on Nintendo Switch Online and the expansion pack adding N64 and Sega Genesis around the end of October, so let's just lop off that week as well. Now, there was an Animal Crossing New Horizons Direct back in February of last year. It was February 20th, exactly 1 month before the game launched, and that took place on a Thursday, telling us that Nintendo is still using the typical Direct scheduling for their special AC presentation. So if we look at October, I think that week's out, and then I think they probably will time it so they can say coming next week is the Halloween update. My guess is that this gets announced on around October 18th or 19th, and then it presents itself on October 21st. That's going to be my best guess right now. Similar to the Amiibo cards, if I hear anything that narrows it down, I will be sure to fill you in. Trust me, I'm freaking out on the daily here. I'm like, okay, is it mid-October yet? Is it October yet? I'm smelling Brewster. I can smell him. I don't even drink coffee, but I just got little coffee things and pots all placed around the house so I can really get in the Brewster Roost spirit. You know how it goes. I bet you're doing the same, right? I'm not crazy, right? Right? I have felt so relaxed as of late. I feel so good knowing that our hopes and dreams have been answered. I mean, I don't think there's any other way to put it. The Roost and Brewster are coming. A Direct is coming, and we know we're getting at least 2 updates before December. We got one in October to bring us Halloween, and we definitely have one in November that they promised to introduce the cafe in the museum. But some of you aren't so convinced. Some of you think Nintendo is just going to unleash Brewster and say, sorry, that's all we have in the coop. And I just don't really think that's the case, and I don't really think that's what Nintendo would do. There's no way they have a Direct and spend 10, 15, 20 minutes just discussing the Roost. I mean, the Roost is great and all, and I love Brewster just as much as anyone out there, literally anyone out there. But I know this update has more. Anyways, let's take it to the fans and see. Oh, one of my favorite fans, Nintendo Talk. He says Brewster is a huge get, but it's going to come down to what else is shown in the Direct that will determine if ACNH is saved or not. Either way, I'm excited. And I think Nintendo Talk is right here. It will depend what else they have. What other announcements do they have to help supplement the Roost? They're going to have more. I want to ease your fears. You know, hashtag trust SwitchForce. It's not just the Roost. It's going to be Series 5 amiibo cards and new villagers coming to the game. It's going to be the Roost and Brewster, and it's going to be other content. There is no way Nintendo decides to have an entire Direct dedicated to Animal Crossing to just show you what they could divulge in a trailer. That just won't happen. They just do a trailer. Look, this company is hard-pressed for time. They're hard-pressed for development hours, and there's no way they put together a full presentation unless they have so much content that it could not fit in a blog post or trailer. I promise you this. You have... hashtag trust SwitchForce, all right? Now, a slightly different take is from Tyler here. He says, no, it's not saved because while adding the Roost and stuff is cool, realistically, it changes nothing core about the game. It could just be a 10 to 15 minute Direct going over how to unlock the Roost and some basic event stuff. They need a lot. And I agree that it really changes nothing core about the game. Although I will say, I think people are underestimating Brewster. I think the Roost this time is going to be a bigger player on your island than maybe what you're expecting. We have some indication, given the signage, that there's maybe more in store than just coffee beans and cocoa. Some sort of delivery, some sort of job, and we've seen other Datamine instances that prove that there might be more in store than just a little coffee mug and pot. I think it's going to be cool, but even if you're not a fan of going to the Roost, there will be more. Like, there just has to be, and that will mean that it will hopefully change more about the core. Like, is it just going to be seasonal events and items? Probably not, because that would fit in a trailer. It most likely is going to be something that will take time to explain, time to show off, and therefore will have a lot to do, and hopefully a lot of replayability, because I get the fear, but I'm just not that worried. Matt says, I don't think it needed saving. It's already been a brilliant experience that made the beginnings of the pandemic manageable, but I'm very excited for new content. And hey, I agree, Matt. The game is amazing, right? You got 1,000 hours out of it. How could you ever complain? But for how big the community is, how special the community is, and like you said, how impactful and important this game was, I think Nintendo, they should do their best to support it. They should do their best to encourage it to grow. They should do their best to really help people live that magic for as many moments as they can. Is it a necessity? No. Is it like they owe it to us? Not really, but I think to foster a community and keep fans happy and feel like you care and feel like the company is on the pulse of the hearts of the players, like, this is really important. A blown Direct would be a disaster. If they hyped this up to just say, here's a 2-minute trailer, peace out, that wouldn't cut it. In fact, it would cut them to pieces because we would be going crazy for what the heck did they just do to our psyche. And I'll let you know and remind you that the Animal Crossing Direct I mentioned in February 2020 was over 27 minutes long. Now, I'm not sure that this one will be anywhere near 27 minutes, but I think you can fully expect a 10-plus minute presentation. I think if they're going to call this a Direct, they're going to announce a date, they're going to get us set and ready, it's going to be big. It's going to be big. I think this is the second coming of ACNH. I think this is going to re-energize the game for the next couple of months. And then there's going to be a holiday update, I would venture to say around Toy Day, to bring in that stuff as well. So we're looking at 3 updates before the end of 2021. And if you go from mid-October when they drop the Direct to the end of December when they have Toy Day and New Year's, and we're getting 3 updates in that time frame, I feel pretty happy. I mean, Kix is tuned in, I'm tuned in, and you know I'm always digging. So if I find out anything else, I will fill you in, I'll bring it your way. But let me know in the comments down below what you're most excited about. Is it all the villagers that seem like they have to be coming? Is it the Roost and Brewster finally flapping down? Or is it that mystery, capping, shopping, separate island, multiplayer, new NPC? What is in store? What lies behind the curtain? I cannot freaking wait, and this will be the first place to tell you all about it. So thanks so much for being here. Make sure to hit that like button on your way out, and thank you so much for being the most amazing community and fans out there. I couldn't do this without you. I love you so much. I appreciate you from the bottom of my Puma Animal Crossing colored heart. And until next time, everybody, stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive out there. I love you so much. SwitchForce out.